presentation of Few Minutes. We do these Few Minutes platform, the Few Minutes platform of just almost everything in the Bible. So we wanted to do this same thing, Few Minutes, the End of the Age series. It's got 3 parts, and every one of the sessions are in less than 5 minutes. And so we're going to cover, this first part begins with a question. You can watch them. It doesn't have to be in sequence, but obviously if you do part 1, part 2, and part 3, it's much better. But this first part is just going to have to do with a question. And that question is, Jesus mentioned the whole thing about the day and the hour after Matthew 24. You remember he's talking to the disciples about what would unfold in the end of the age. And he says, but nobody knows the day nor the hour. It's in the hands of the Father. Is that still true? And that's this part 1. Then part 2, we're going to talk about Jesus and 4 filters against deception in 5 minutes. All right? You know, these filters that we can have that will help just the normal everyday believer. You don't have to be, a theologian. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with the topic, Great Tribulation, the rapture, persecution, and the wrath of God. We're going to answer those questions. So let's get started right now. I think we're still within 5 minutes. You know that if I don't do it within 5 minutes, then I've already told you a lie. And clearly, I'm one of those persons who is a deceiver. We don't want to be that. Jesus asked that question. It's in Matthew 24, and it's also in Mark chapter 13, I believe it is. And the question is about the end of the age. And remember, he's telling it, and he says in the midst of that, just as I have mentioned earlier in the introduction, he tells the disciples that no man knows the hour nor the day. All right, not even the angels nor the Son of Man. It is in the hand of the Father himself. Has that changed? And if so, what has changed that? Well, we may not know the hour nor the day, but we know a lot more. Well, why would that be? Because about 80 years after he made those statements, he appears to John and writes the book that is entitled Revelation. And as a result of the book of Revelation, we know a lot more, and we can get much closer to when this end of the age is going to appear. And it's like now. Lord bless you and keep you. Part 1 is done. We move on to part 2.